Hi guys! We'll get into the video here shortly. I just felt that it was important to let you know in going through the editing process that I felt it actually would be important to come back and actually state where I stand concerning the subject matter of how to identify, especially in the way that the world and society has termed it and branded it at this point. I am a straight black female, and I felt that would be very important to make known and say. Given how I'm actually addressing the topic of how to identify and why and the segment of Tazhia's take, we're actually going to be speaking on the building blocks of what it takes to really establish one's true identity, the ins and outs of the things that really shape and mold you into being who you are, and how to arrive to going through that self-evaluation process in order to get you to where you want to be. All the questions that you need to ask yourself, everything that kind of goes into the creation of you. Given that the length was more so a concern, I felt it'd be best to let each part shine by simply breaking it up into a 3-part series, so that way you guys can get the true essence of each and every point made. But anyway, I'm gonna shut up now. I'm gonna let you guys get into the content. I hope you enjoy it, and let's get to it. Tazhia's take one. Tazhia's take, where my perspective and my perception meet.
Cut. Take 9.
Tazhia's take, where common sense, logic, faith, and perception.
Cut.
Oh, God! Tazhia's take, my voice, my power.
Cut. Take 22.
Tazhia's take, my voice will not be silenced.
Cut, man.
Tazhia's take, she ready.
Cut.
Tazhia's take, where my mind meets y'all's matters. How about it?
Cut.
I said what I said.
Cut.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Natazhia Lashe, and I just want to first start by welcoming those back who have been watching my last couple of videos as of now. Thank you for returning, and for those that are new, thank you for joining us on today. Don't forget to hit that like button, and don't forget also to comment and subscribe. After all, I'm gonna have some really great content coming through, just like the new segment here, Tazhia's Take. And with that being said, we're gonna jump right into it. Today's topic of Tazhia's Take is going to be about how I identify and why. Identity. What does identity mean to you? How do you identify? What's the first thing that comes to mind when someone says that? When someone asks you, how do you identify? What's the first thing that comes to mind? I'll wait. You got it? You sure? Okay, so just keep that in mind, because I am going to tell you today how I identify and why I identify that way. But before I get into that, I do want to share a few things that I thought would be quite important in understanding the basis of identifying. So I got my notes here. Yeah, I have my notes here, and yeah, I got it all bullet pointed out because I like to keep things, But overall, I feel by no means am I perfect. I don't necessarily have any credentials or anything in regards to. These are solely based on my opinion only, based on my life experiences, things that I have experienced in life, as well as things I have observed. Being an introvert, it gives me a lot of different perspectives on things. And I feel like you can learn a lot about people in general and situations just by watching. You have those that feel like, oh, you gotta go out and experience this, you gotta go out and experience that. To be honest, if you want to be the first to give it a go, you do that. But depending on how things happen for you, I'm going to take the things that I feel you did wrong, things that I could do better, and try to put my own spin on it. But overall, it's going to take starting somewhere. But like I said, these are my opinions. I'm not by any means perfect, nor am I saying that this is the way to do it. If you decide to take on any of this advice, I'm not going to tell you anything that I myself here would not do. That's pretty much what Tazhia's take is about. It kind of gives you an insight as to my thoughts, what I would do, what would Tazhia do. My experiences, my decisions made may not necessarily fit your situation, which is why I tell you my take, because only we can live our own situations the way that we know how. But I feel as though identity is something that we all either know or we don't know about ourselves. And I feel like based on how things are in today's society, where everybody's questioning everything, from everybody else to themselves, I feel like that's very, very dangerous, because we're basically all following everyone blindly. We don't necessarily have a mind of our own. In some situations, I'm not speaking for everybody, but there still are a lot of people in the world that don't necessarily think for themselves. They feel as though, oh, the TV should tell me how to do. Oh, my favorite celebrity should tell me how to live my life. Oh, this should tell me how to live my life. That should tell me how to live my life, without assessing the situation, taking from it the best parts, and going for it. I feel that regardless of every single situation, I'm not you, you're not me. So therefore, I'm not going to go through your situations, you're not going to go through mine. I can only live my life for me. I can't have you live it for me. So therefore, I know myself, I know the people that I'm involved with on a day-to-day basis. And all of that plays into how I identify who I am. Identity, knowing the importance of identity is definitely the first step, because if you don't know the importance of it, then you're not going to know what it's going to take to attain it, or if it's something you feel is worth attaining. With being able to understand identity, what it is to identify, comes that confidence and that self-esteem, that ability to assert yourself and to do it boldly. Being bold is important, not arrogant, but bold, but confident, all those empowering things. You want to feel empowered. Understanding your name, there's power in your name, asserting yourself, speaking your name with authority, and making sure that others do the same. What's your name? Oh, my, there's a little bit of shame that comes with those that don't have like the more standard names, like Bob, Jim, Sarah, Nancy, some of the more shorter names, the more common names. I feel that with the non-common names, when you hear them, or when someone asks you what your name is, you feel as though you already got it predetermined in your head that, oh, they're going to jack this up, or they're going to say something smart about my name, or they're going to feel this way or that way about my name. So when you say it, it doesn't give off this vibe of power. I'm proud of my name. I'm proud, of these things. This is me. You know, he's like, okay, well, my name is such and such. And then they're like, they still make those same comments anyway, so why not just assert yourself? They're gonna still make those same comments. Oh, that's different. Yeah, well, where are you at? What ethnicity? If they're not directly seeing you. I work in technical support, so yeah. Depending on my voice and, you know, hearing my name, then they want to know. Some people are just into knowing more so where the names derive from and things like that, but not always. Some people say, oh, that's different, you know, and there's a little bit of a condescending nature to it. But some just like to understand the basis of how names come about, which is still understanding the importance of the power in a name. So name, of course, is important because it's the basis of your identity, identifying who you are. How does somebody identify you? Oh, that's such and such. I don't know who such and such is. That's what's the name? Who is what's the name? Who are these people? They are not me. So that's what I'm saying. That's the basis of your identity. That's the basis. Your name. Assert yourself. Speak your name with authority and make sure others do the same. Make sure you correct people in a sense of how they say your name. So that way they understand that, hey, you asserting yourself. You're asserting yourself. Your name is your name. It's not anything other than your name. And they're not going to say your name how they want to say it. They're going to say how it's meant to be said. That's just it. I do not give you permission to butcher my name. I do not. I said what I said. Okay? I said what I said. Being able to understand how to respect yourself, have boundaries. Boundaries are important because that is the extension. That's the extension, the second portion of literally everything. Your connection to yourself, your connection to others' connection to you. If you don't set boundaries, then that gives people, including yourself, an out as to how they can treat you. Yeah, I'm saying yourself too, because overall, those that tend to put other people first, yours truly, have a little bit of a harder time with being able to assert oneself when attempting to set boundaries, because you don't like to let people down. You don't like to feel as though you're the party pooper. You don't want to feel these things. But overall, setting boundaries is a sign of self-respect. You know, you respecting yourself, making sure that you take care of yourself, and you're making sure that other people take care of you when it comes down to their interactions with you. These things are really important because, like I said, if you do not set boundaries, then people are bound to treat you any sort of way. And if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. So that, like I said, is really important. Thirdly, even though you do want to respect yourself by setting boundaries, you do also want to respect others, even when they don't respect themselves. Which is really crazy because she's like, well, if they don't respect themselves, how do you expect me to respect them? Respect in today's time is not necessarily the same. It means different things. But when I say respect, it's just common decency of human to human interaction, and respecting, having proper etiquette as to how you deal with people. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Love your neighbor as yourself. Love your neighbor as yourself. Being able to assert yourself and set those boundaries. So when it comes down to being able to respect others, loving others as yourself, if you can't love yourself, then how you gonna love somebody else? How you gonna expect somebody else to love you? And sometimes we have to be the example. We have to be the example in order to show others how they should treat people, what it's like to be treated positively, because a lot of the time some of that is just learned behavior. Just like we learned how to talk, learned how to walk, some people just learn these behaviors of these eye rolls or these steak faces. Some people learn to speak. Look, we're learning just basic vocabulary. The first couple words they learning is profanity. So I'm just saying, like, you can't necessarily speak to anyone's upbringing, because all of us are raised differently. But what I will say, if you assert your self-respect, you show people how to treat you, it also will give them a sense of understanding how they treat themselves, or how they should treat themselves, what they should stand for, what they shouldn't. Even when it comes down to them understanding what they can and can't call you. Don't call me out my name. Sometimes it's good to not necessarily, well, you could say don't call me out my name, but if you go into detail, do you even know where they come from? Educate your people. Educate them. Because a lot of the times, if that's all they know, and they've always known it as a term of endearment, then who was there to tell them any different? Their interaction with you may be the first time ever that they find that, hey, that's not a term of endearment after all. So you could be the one who helps to enlighten another, and wake them to start that journey onto self-love as well. And by doing that, by you loving others as yourself, maybe that they'll catch on, and then they'll pass it along and pass it along and pass it along. In the perfect world, this world would be a better place if it did happen like that. But that doesn't mean that we can't, do our part to be that positive light in people's lives. Not all of them will get it. Sometimes, there's just people out here that do what they do, and they're unapologetic for it in a negative, disastrous type of way. That's the thing. Some people are literally out there to be a troll, and some of us just have to accept that. But once you accept that, then once you understand, just like once you understand yourself, it's easy for nonsense to roll off your back. Same thing once you understand a troll is a troll. Once you understand they're a troll, then their words lose value. Oh, they don't have anything better to do. They don't have anything better to do. So let me just do this, block whatever else you're going to do in order to separate yourself from the negative energy. And you move on. Because guess what you're supposed to do? Part of self-love, you're supposed to guard your heart. Because everything you do flows from it. That's Bible too. Can't tell you exactly which verse, but I know it's in there. I'm pretty sure it's probably in Proverbs. I want to say Proverbs, but yeah, it's in there. It's in there. Just know that. So that's a part of self-love, setting boundaries. See, look, y'all read your Bible. It be trying to tell how you should be treated and how you should treat others. That's the point of it all. Self-love, how to love others, all that's in there. It tells you how to do it. It tells you, guard your heart, because everything you do flows from it, which is true. You got a bad heart? I'm not saying in the medical or the health arena of, but spiritually, you got a bad heart, you got a nasty attitude about you, got a nasty way, ugly way about yourself, then honey. But that's the importance of understanding what it is to, like I said, understand there's power in your name, setting boundaries for self-respect, self-love, and also respecting others even when they don't respect themselves. You don't have an issue. If you understand who you are, then they can't speak down to you. They can't condescend you. They can't make you doubt who it is that you are. And with doing that, because you're confident in who you are, not only do you give that whatever that negative thing that they've said or done to you, no power, you allow it to roll off, and then you're able to educate them. You're able to educate them, which is basically what I mean in reference to showing respect for others, even though they don't respect themselves, because, you know, you respect them enough to be able to tell them the errors of their ways, hold them accountable for what it was that they said, and then educate them. Yeah, they might take what you say. They may not take what you say right then. They might just try to tough it out and try to act all big and bad, but overall they're gonna think about what you said. It's gonna resonate with them. They're gonna be thinking about it for a while, just like they tried to leave that thought with you. Leave a thought with them. That's food for thought. You go think about that over there. I'm gonna go on with my day because I know who I am. Now, whatever it is that you're doing, you're just gonna have to sort your own issues out. Don't deflect your negativity onto me. You get what I mean? But I feel like that's the importance of understanding identity, because you'll be able to do those things if you do that. Comments, what were some of your takeaways from today's Tazhia's Take? You know, also I'd love to hear from you. What are some things that you feel can be added? Or what's your take on my take? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I enjoyed you. Thanks for stopping by. See you next time on Tazhia's Take. Oh, and don't forget, somebody's gotta be the salt of the light, so why not let it be me and you? Let's misfit together. Deuces.